Hey everybody, it's Friday, it's 7:34. Welcome to the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. Glad to have you with us today. All right, how you feeling about the snow? I know we said yesterday it was going to be between, what did we say, 3 and 6? That's what Riley forecast, and that's about where we are, right? I know some people are kind of moaning that it's less than they were hoping for, but it's so wet, it's kind of been compacting on top of itself. It is still snowing out right now. Roads are a little sloppy this morning. We've seen a number of spinouts and crashes, but look at the highways. Because it's so warm, it's just melting. So there's some slush and slop out there because, well, some of the old snow is also melting too. So it's messy. If you slam on the brakes, it could be a recipe for disaster. So be careful. There have been more than 340 crashes and spinouts since yesterday morning. A lot more happening today, so we'll keep an eye on it for you. But just, take it slow. Maybe work from home if you're not normally working from home, if you can do that. A lot of school closings, but a lot of kids are doing distance learning anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Here's the forecast for the rest of the day. Riley says it's going to keep snowing, but it's not really piling up because it's 34, 35, 36. So yes, it will snow. Yes, we'll get another inch or two, but no, you may not see it, the impact of it. You know what I mean? So that's today's forecast. Temperatures this weekend start to cool down a little bit, but we're still right around average or above average. Let's talk about this. It's almost the weekend. It's time to dream about becoming a billionaire. Now, if you play your cards right, I think one of you have a chance to win $1.4 billion over the next 2 days. You got to win the Mega Millions and the Powerball. But I feel you can run the table. The next Mega Millions is tonight, $750 million. Roll that beautiful lottery ticket footage. So if you win $750, you're going to take the cash option because you're a great investor and you need all of that money instantly. You get $550 million in cash. Not like in cash, it's probably a check, I assume. Last time somebody won Mega Millions was September 15th. Powerball, tomorrow, $640 million. So we want to know, if you won, what's the first thing you would buy? Okay. Some of you are going to say nice, sweet things, right? Like the first thing I would do is I would buy my parents a house, and I would buy my siblings and my wife's siblings and her parents. We pay off everybody's house, and then I would start college funds for all of the nieces and nephews. But then how about something fun, right? I'm going to spend all the money on solving. It's Friday. That's Tuesday talk. I'm buying a Ferrari. All right, leave a comment on Facebook. WCCO TV's Facebook page, and we'll read through some of them. Please entertain me. I need your entertainment. I thrive on it because it's been a week. All right. Were you watching last night when President-elect Joe Biden revealed his $2 trillion plan for more COVID relief? I was watching our news, and then Joe Biden gets up there, and I'm waiting for the Wheel of Fortune. And then instead of Pat Sajak giving away money, it was Joe Biden. The bill includes a round of $1,400 stimulus checks, would increase federal unemployment benefits by $400 a week. And this is big. Joe Biden proposing raising the federal minimum wage to $15 per hour. Would also provide billions for a national vaccination program, testing, schools, and the hardest hit small businesses. Democrats control the House and the Senate, so if this is the Biden plan, there's a pretty good chance it will pass Congress. Washington preparing for a scaled-down inauguration next week. Was going to be scaled down because of COVID-19, but also with the warnings of potential violence. The president-elect is taking precautions. He was going to kind of take the train from his home state of Delaware to Washington. He's very famous for kind of riding the train while he was a senator. His security officials have said, not a good idea, so he's not doing that. So strange to see tens of thousands of troops in D.C. 21,000 will be stationed there for the event on Wednesday. So many are there now. You see Vice President Mike Pence visiting some of those National Guard soldiers and thanking them for their work. We are learning more about what COVID does to the body after the virus is gone, and this has been a bit of a mystery because some people have COVID. It's not fun. They recover. They're fine. Others, like Reggie McAllister, are suffering lingering effects. He was diagnosed with COVID when he was 50. He says he was healthy. He was in the hospital, though, for 2 months. He was intubated. His kidney failed. After he beat the virus, look, he's relearning how to drive, how to walk, how to cut food.
I'm working hard every day to be back to where I was. I'm working hard every day at it. Man, it's a journey, but I have faith I'll do what I once did.
Reggie was hospitalized for an extended period of time, but even people who aren't potentially hospitalized are finding that when they return to work that they're having sort of this like brain fog or difficulty with kind of complex thinking, attention skills.
Reggie driving some short distances again, just started going back to the gym. He just wanted to share his story and let people know that even if you are healthy, there can be long-term effects from the virus, so keep up that social distancing and masking. Try to do your best to not get COVID. Today, the Minneapolis City Council will start the process of looking at rent control, bringing rent control to the city. I don't know about you, like my idea of rent control pretty much has been formed from watching Seinfeld and hearing about New York City, right? Rent control proposal in Minneapolis would cap how much landlords can increase rent every year. President Lisa Bender, the city council president, is one of the 3 council members pushing for this. She says rent control is a tool to prevent eviction, stop price gouging, in her view, by landlords. So we reached out to an advocate for landlords in New York City, where this policy has existed for decades. In big shocker, the landlord advocate says, you know, there are some negatives to this.
In the long term, what it means is that there's limited amount of income on a building, so you don't get the kind of upgrades and upkeep on buildings that you would normally expect.
Boy, I am just stunned to hear the landlord reps say it's a bad idea. We also reached out to another group of landlord reps. The Minnesota group says that represents landlords here also says it's a bad idea, and they want to see the council focus on providing more options for rental housing, not more limitations. But there are lots of people who think this is a good idea as well, so we'll hear more about that as that proposal comes up. For the first time in about 2 months, we saw some high school athletes go head-to-head in real live games. Yeah, wearing masks. Kind of weird if you're a hockey player, right, to have a mask under your mask. Some masked up basketball players as well. Lots of different steps taken to social distance the fans and the athletes, but parents so excited to have high school sports back.
You know, with our kids having distance learning and being at home all day, having them back with their teammates and their coaches and having some regular, normal life is awesome.
Protocols of distancing, wearing the mask now while they're playing. You know, it's hard. The boys say it's difficult to breathe sometimes, but they're happy to do it if they can keep playing the game that they love.
Show's going to go on here in Minnesota. Some popular Broadway acts are getting ready to return. We'll see, right? People have to go ahead and make plans, and it's hard to know, are we going to be having live theater by late summer or not? Hennepin Theater Trust announced the lineup for the upcoming season. They've got new dates for Anastasia, for Disney's Frozen, both postponed last year because of the pandemic. Hamilton is coming back. Oklahoma, where the wind goes sweeping down the plain. Moulin Rouge, Pretty Woman, also on the schedule. They're hoping to get this thing started in late summer. You can find the entire schedule, plus a video of me singing all of the Rodgers and Hammerstein hits from Oklahoma at WCCO.com. Samsung is showing off its new series of devices. All right, what do you think? The Galaxy S21. I do think, like, we're just going to call this the Galaxy, right? Like, it's sort of a goofy name. Look at the new Samsung headphones. Oh, it's got a woofer. So, you know, headphones, they got a tweeter and a woofer. And the woofer, you get a little more bass. I don't know. Is it just because Apple has won the headphone war? Like, and we're so used to those little dopey white headphones coming out that these Samsung things, they look like the AirPods. That's what the Apple ones are called. We think it should look like that. The Samsung ones just look so dorky. I don't know. The phone looks hot though, doesn't it? $800 is what they're starting at. So phone prices starting to go down, as I think people are saying. I don't have $1,000 to buy a new phone all the time. Let's talk lottery. Yeah, maybe that's the first thing you'd buy. Some tweeters, some woofers. I don't know. What are you going to buy with your bazillion dollars that you win in the Mega Millions or the Powerball? Big jackpots tonight and tomorrow. Darla's buying an indoor sporting complex for the high school with a large theater. That's cool, Darla. How awesome would that be? Like to leave a legacy like that? Very cool. Good idea. Maggie, going to pay off student loans. Maggie, have some fun. You just got $550 million is the cash payout. You can put a lot in savings. Stephanie Adams, cabin on a lake without worrying about the price. Yeah. Oh, that would be fun. I for sure would get a second house, right? I don't know if I want to move, though. Is that weird? Like, I guess if I won $550 million, I would probably move out of my $380,000 home in Maple Grove. Diana's taking all the family to Disney World. Oh, that would be so fun, wouldn't it? Massive vacation that you pay for everything. Love it. Thanks, Diana. Joanne, gonna hire house cleaners. Joanne, house cleaners are expensive, but you could hire house cleaners to come every day. You could actually probably hire someone to move into your house, right? Ooh, a trip to Prague. That's cool. I've always wanted to go to Prague. So beautiful. Good idea. Danielle, get rid of my debt, move somewhere else, buy a house, then buy a nice truck. Yeah. Danielle, I feel like I would need like an 8-car garage. I would just want so many. I want a big truck. I want a crazy sports car, convertible sports car. I would just be screaming midlife crisis, I think. Although, let's be honest, you guys watch this often enough. I'm pretty much screaming midlife crisis every day. Am I not? That's the morning update, CBSN Minnesota. Be careful shoveling out there. Make a kid do it because it's heavy. We'll be back here Monday. Have a great weekend.